Hello, it's Dr. James Porter again. I want to be direct with you. Nighttime joint stiffness is not just a small annoyance. It is a real problem for many older adults. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, nearly 33% of adults over the age of 60 report regular joint pain, and for many of them, the pain is worst at night. Another study published in Arthritis Care and Research found that more than half of people with arthritis wake up at least once a night because of joint discomfort. That's millions of people lying awake when their body should be resting and repairing. I've seen this countless times in my patients. They tell me, "Doctor, I can't even roll over in bed without my knees locking up." Or, "I wake up at 3 a.m. because my hips are so stiff. I have to sit on the edge of the bed and wait for the pain to ease." Does that sound familiar to you? It's exhausting, not just physically, but emotionally. Poor sleep makes your mornings harder, your energy lower, and over time it chips away at your independence. But I want you to know something important. You are not alone in this, and there are ways to fight back. Relief doesn't always come from stronger painkillers or complicated treatments. Sometimes it comes from simple natural habits that soothe your joints and calm your body before bed. In fact, cultures around the world have used warm spiced milks for centuries to reduce inflammation and relax the body at night, and science today is starting to confirm why these gentle remedies work. So if you've been struggling with stiff, painful nights, stay with me. Over the next few minutes, I'll share how certain spiced milks can become a safe, comforting part of your nightly routine, helping you rest easier and wake up with less stiffness. And if you find this message meaningful, I'd be grateful if you subscribe to this channel. That way, you'll always have a place to return for natural, practical health solutions that truly make a difference. Most people know cardamom for its sweet, warm aroma, but very few realize how powerful it can be when it comes to joint health, especially at night. This small green pod contains natural compounds that help your joints do what they're meant to do: move freely, without pain. The secret lies in its active ingredients, cineol, limonene, and alpha-terpineol. These compounds have been shown to reduce inflammation and protect tissues from oxidative stress. That's important because nighttime stiffness often isn't just about getting old. It's about chronic, low-grade inflammation that builds up during the day and locks your joints up at night. One study published in the Iranian Journal of Basic Medical Sciences found that cardamom extract significantly reduced pro-inflammatory markers like TNF-alpha and IL-6 animal models. These same markers are elevated in people with arthritis and chronic joint conditions. Another human study, published in the Journal of Medicinal Food, found that daily consumption of cardamom improved antioxidant levels and reduced blood pressure, indicating better circulation. And circulation matters. When blood flow improves, oxygen and nutrients can reach joint tissues more effectively, supporting the body's natural healing process while you sleep. I had a patient a few years ago, Mrs. Reynolds, 68 years old. She wasn't looking for a miracle. She just wanted to stop waking up in pain. I recommended she try cardamom milk at night. Warm milk, a few crushed pods, a short simmer. After a few weeks, she came back and said something that stuck with me. "It doesn't take away all the pain, but I'm no longer afraid to go to bed." That's a big win. Sometimes healing doesn't mean perfection. It means comfort. What makes cardamom milk unique is how it works on more than just your joints. It also supports your gut and nervous system, two things closely linked to inflammation. Poor digestion can lead to toxic buildup, which makes joint stiffness worse. And when you're stressed, your body produces more cortisol, which fuels inflammation even further. Cardamom helps calm both systems at once. That's why so many people describe this drink as comforting in more ways than one. It's also easy to make. Just warm a cup of milk, dairy or plant-based, and add 4 or 5 lightly crushed green cardamom pods. Simmer gently for 5 minutes to release the oils. A pinch of black pepper helps your body absorb the active compounds more efficiently. If you want a touch of sweetness, add a bit of honey, but keep it minimal. Sugar can worsen inflammation. No one is claiming cardamom milk will cure arthritis, but small nightly steps like this, especially when done consistently, can make a noticeable difference. Less stiffness, better sleep. Mornings that don't start with pain. Sometimes healing doesn't come in a bottle. Sometimes it comes in a cup, warm, simple, and waiting for you at the end of a long day. If cardamom is the queen of calming inflammation, then ginger is the fighter, bold, warming, and deeply effective. Ginger milk is one of the simplest nighttime remedies you can try, but the science behind it is anything but simple. Ginger contains compounds called gingerols and shogaols, both of which have been studied extensively for their anti-inflammatory properties. These compounds work by blocking the production of pro-inflammatory cytokines, including TNF-alpha and prostaglandins. That means they target the exact same molecules that cause your joints to swell, stiffen, and ache, especially when you're trying to rest. A 2016 meta-analysis published in Osteoarthritis and Cartilage reviewed multiple clinical trials and found that ginger extract significantly reduced pain and stiffness in patients with osteoarthritis, especially in the knees. And unlike over-the-counter pain relievers, ginger doesn't damage the stomach lining or raise blood pressure. It works more gently, more naturally, but still gets real results. What I've seen in real life matches the science. One of my longtime patients, Mr. Daniels, 72, told me he used to dread cold nights because his hands would lock up and his knees throbbed so badly he couldn't sleep. We added ginger milk to his nightly routine. Nothing fancy, just warm milk simmered with a bit of grated fresh ginger root. Within 2 weeks, his pain didn't disappear, but his nights became quiet again. He said, "It's not that the pain is gone, it's that it stops screaming." That's the kind of shift that changes how you sleep, how you wake up, and how you move through the day. Another important benefit of ginger is its ability to improve circulation. Better blood flow means your joints receive more oxygen, and nutrients and waste products are cleared more effectively. For older adults especially, this matters. Poor circulation contributes to swelling and stiffness, especially at night when movement slows down. Ginger also has a warming effect that can help relax the body. Drinking it in warm milk before bed helps soothe the nervous system, easing tension not just in the joints, but in the mind. It's comfort on multiple levels, physical and emotional. Making ginger milk is easy. Start with a cup of milk again. Dairy or plant-based works fine. Gently heated on the stove. While it warms, grate about a teaspoon of fresh ginger, or use half a teaspoon of ginger powder if that's all you have. Add it to the milk and let it simmer for 5 minutes. A pinch of black pepper helps with absorption, and if you like, a tiny bit of honey can mellow the spice. What I like about ginger milk is that it's not complicated. You don't need a prescription. You don't need to wait months to see if it helps. For many people, the relief is noticeable in days or weeks. Is it a cure? No, but it's a tool. And when you're dealing with joint pain, especially the kind that keeps you awake, every helpful tool matters. You deserve a night where your body can rest instead of fight. And ginger milk might just help you get there. Not everyone likes the fiery kick of ginger. Some people prefer something softer, milder, but still effective. That's where cinnamon milk comes in. Don't be fooled by its sweet, cozy flavor. This spice is a quiet warrior when it comes to protecting your joints. Cinnamon contains powerful compounds like cinnamaldehyde and procyanidins, which have strong anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects. These compounds help reduce the production of nitric oxide and other inflammatory messengers that stiffen the joints and irritate surrounding tissues. In simpler terms, cinnamon helps turn off the signals that tell your joints to stay swollen, locked, and painful, especially during the quiet, still hours of the night. There's science to back this up. A randomized controlled trial published in the Journal of the American College of Nutrition 2020 found that patients with rheumatoid arthritis who took cinnamon daily experienced significant reductions in joint tenderness, stiffness, and swelling compared to those who didn't. The effects weren't immediate, but over several weeks, the improvements were real and measurable. I remember working with a patient named Carla, 66, who told me she dreaded bedtime. Her hands felt frozen by morning, and even unscrewing a bottle cap was a challenge. We added cinnamon milk to her nightly routine, not as a cure, but as support. After about a month, she reported fewer flare-ups and said, "My mornings don't scare me anymore. That's what this is all about, making life feel a little less heavy." But cinnamon offers more than joint support. It also helps regulate blood sugar, which is more important to joint health than most people realize. Elevated blood sugar increases the production of inflammatory molecules, which worsen joint pain and stiffness. By helping to stabilize insulin response, cinnamon adds another layer of protection from within. It also supports digestion and circulation. Better digestion means less inflammation coming from the gut. And improved blood flow helps carry oxygen and nutrients to your joints, especially overnight, when the body is naturally in repair mode. Cinnamon milk is incredibly simple to make. Warm up a cup of milk again, any kind. Add half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon or one small cinnamon stick. Let it simmer for 5 minutes. For extra support, a small pinch of black pepper enhances absorption, and if needed, a little honey or maple syrup makes it gently sweet. Just don't overdo the sugar, remember. Excess sugar fuels inflammation. The beauty of cinnamon milk is how gentle it feels. It doesn't just support your body, it signals safety, warm, fragrant, familiar. For many of my patients, it becomes a nightly comfort they look forward to. It's one more way to say to yourself, "I'm taking care of this body. I'm giving it a chance to heal." We're not chasing perfection here. We're building habits that support your joints, your sleep, and your well-being one evening at a time. After learning about these spiced milks, cardamom, ginger, and cinnamon, you might be wondering, do they really work if I try them once or twice? The honest answer is probably not. But when used consistently, as part of a nightly habit, they can absolutely make a difference. The real power of these drinks isn't just in the ingredients. It's in the ritual, the steady, calming practice of giving your body the right signals at the right time. Our joints don't just need medicine. They need rest, nourishment, and consistency. When you make a warm drink each evening, you're telling your body, it's time to slow down. It's time to repair. That kind of repetition matters more than we think. Research in the Journal of Behavioral Medicine found that people who established a relaxing pre-sleep routine, especially involving warm beverages, experienced reduced physical tension, lower nighttime cortisol levels, and improved joint function over time. That's because your body craves rhythm. Especially as we age, our systems respond best when we offer them steady support. A gentle stretch before bed, a warm cup in your hands, a few minutes of quiet. These are not luxuries. They're medicine of a different kind. I once treated a man named Arthur. He was 73, lived alone, and struggled with knee arthritis. His nights were restless, and his mornings stiff. We didn't start with medications. We started with rhythm. I asked him to prepare cinnamon milk each night, put on soft music, and spend 10 minutes just sitting in silence. At first, he thought it was silly. 6 weeks later, he said, "Doc, my knees still creak, but they don't keep me up anymore, and I don't feel so tense all the time." Healing isn't always about removing pain completely. Sometimes it's about reducing the noise, physically and mentally, so the body can do what it's meant to do, heal itself. That's what a nightly ritual offers. And the spiced milks? They're tools that work with your body, not against it. They reduce inflammation gently. They support digestion. They calm the nervous system. And when taken regularly, they can lead to meaningful changes, less stiffness, better sleep, easier mornings. If you're not sure where to start, just choose one. Pick the milk that feels easiest for you. Set a time each night, say 8:30 or 9 p.m. Keep it simple. Let this be your cue. This is for me. This is how I slow down. The people who benefit most from these remedies aren't those looking for instant results. They're the ones willing to show up each night, even for 5 minutes, and give their body a little care, a little peace, a little warmth. And in return, their body responds with less pain, more movement, and a gentler way to live. If you've made it this far, I just want to say thank you. Truly, not just for watching, but for caring enough about your body to look for natural, gentle ways to feel better. That takes effort. It takes heart. And it tells me something important. You haven't given up. That's the truth I wish more people knew. Joint pain doesn't mean your story is over. Stiffness doesn't mean your best days are behind you. Yes, aging brings challenges, but it also brings the wisdom to slow down, pay attention, and do the little things that actually matter. A warm cup of spiced milk might seem too simple to be effective, but the science and real stories from real people show us it's often the simple things done consistently that help the most, not overnight, not magically, but steadily, gently, and in a way your body can truly receive. If you're someone who's been living with joint discomfort for years, I want you to hear this clearly. You deserve relief. You deserve rest. You deserve to wake up and not fear the first step out of bed. And while there's no perfect cure, there is support, natural, affordable, and already waiting in your kitchen. As you move forward, try to carry this with you. Healing isn't just about doing more. Sometimes it's about doing less, but doing it with care. That's what these nightly rituals offer, not just pain relief, but permission to be gentle with yourself. I'm honored to be part of that journey with you. If today's video gave you even one useful idea, I'd be truly grateful if you subscribe to this channel, Golden Health. That way, you won't miss any of the natural tips, small habits, or hopeful messages we share each week. And if you've tried one of these spiced milks before or plan to start tonight, let me know in the comments. Your story might just give someone else the courage to begin. Until next time, take care of your body, rest well, and remember, even small steps can lead to big changes, especially when you take them with kindness.